In an extraordinary recorded phone call, President Donald Trump is heard pressuring Georgia's Republican Secretary of State to overturn President-elect Joe Biden's win.
And there's nothing wrong with saying that, that you've recalculated.
Well, Mr. President, the challenge that you have is the data you have is wrong.
All I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes.
In that call, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger repeatedly insisted the election results are correct. This week, a growing number of Republican lawmakers are vowing to contest the election results despite no credible evidence of widespread voter fraud. 11 senators and some 140 House Republicans are expected to vote against the Electoral College tally, which is set for Wednesday. CBS 2's Marissa Parra reports a Chicago election attorney says the challenge is a threat to democracy.
So help you God.
As Illinois Senator Dick Durbin and the rest of the new Congress raise their hands and ready for 2021, the last step in the general election between President-elect Joe Biden and President Trump looms around the corner. On Wednesday, they will do an official count of the electoral votes, a tradition in law that started over 100 years ago. State by state, congressmen and senators will be given the chance to object to their state's results, which historically doesn't happen very often, but this year is a wild card. Texas Senator Ted Cruz has led the charge of over 10 senators who are not only calling to object the vote certifications, but are asking to first hold an emergency 10-day audit instead.
What do you think the likelihood is that an objection will be granted?
I think the likelihood is practically zero.
Democrats like Illinois Senator Dick Durbin have, as expected, come out swinging, but most notable is the rift within the GOP, something we're seeing play out on a local level. Illinois Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger has been vocal on Twitter asking Congress to uphold the election results. Curiously, after tweeting this, his Wikipedia page was changed to say he's a Republican in name only.
I see this as a dramatic line in the sand for the Republican Party, those who want to follow in the Trump means of governing and trying to garner his supporters, and those who want to govern in the manner that our founders set forth for us.
Burt Odelson is no stranger to contested elections. Remember election year 2000? Well, he had a front row seat. That's Odelson holding up a ballot weeks after Election Day, working as a consultant for the George Bush legal team. The public had to wait weeks to find out who would be their president. There were recounts, it went to court. But there is a key difference between then and now.
There was no cries of fraud and phony and this. Everything was proved. It went to court multiple times. Remember, George Bush won Florida by 537 votes. 537 votes out of millions cast. So that was a real hardcore recount that meant something.
And whereas the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Bush,
of over the 50 cases that have been filed by the Trump supporters, none have been successful.
When it comes to public trust in the election and our Constitution, are you worried?
Actually, I am worried. We have here a challenge to our democracy, because democracy has said Biden got 81 million, Trump got 74 million. That should be the end of the story.
Marissa Parra, CBS 2 News.